All right, so let's dive into gardening today.
Okay.
Specifically, we're going to be looking at Sedum and Portulaca,
Oh, interesting.
two plants that even experienced gardeners sometimes get mixed up.
Yeah, I can see that.
And our guide for this deep dive is Ang.
Okay.
He's got this great blog on kianeng.org all about his
That's
experiences.
a similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In his latest post, Notes on Gardening, part 419, took me a while to find this plant species from January 16th, 2025. Really caught my eye.
Yeah, why is that?
Well, you know who doesn't love a little plant mystery?
Yeah, that's true.
So I thought it'd be fun to kind of dig into this with you.
For sure.
So Ang starts his post by mentioning that sedum isn't something you commonly see at nurseries.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it made me wonder why.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, could it be a supply issue? Maybe they're difficult to propagate? Or maybe there just isn't a big demand for them?
Yeah, it's like a hidden treasure,
Mm-hmm.
just waiting to be discovered.
Yeah.
And speaking of treasure, Ang describes this sedum that he found as having these small, rounded leaves.
Okay.
But they're in this really vibrant, almost electric yellow-green color.
Wow.
And he says that it forms this like mat-like spread.
Interesting.
I'm already picturing it
Yeah.
cascading over a rock garden or something like that.
Yeah.
It sounds so visually appealing.
Yeah. And that's just one variety.
Oh, wow.
There's a whole world of sedums out there.
Really?
Each with its own unique charm.
Oh,
But generally, sedums are known for being very hardy, low maintenance.
okay.
And they're also a magnet for pollinators.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Think buzzing bees and colorful butterflies flitting all about your garden.
So we've got these beautiful, easy to care for plants
Right.
that are good for the ecosystem.
Yeah.
What's not to love?
I know.
But here's where it gets tricky.
Okay.
Ang admits that he initially mistook his sedum for Portulaca.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
I've totally been there.
Yeah.
They do have a pretty similar look. With those clusters of small, almost succulent-like leaves.
Right.
So how can someone tell them apart if they're out in the wild or even at the nursery?
Well, it's all in the vibrancy of the leaves.
Okay.
Sedum leaves tend to be much brighter and bolder in color than Portulaca leaves.
Okay.
So think like neon green versus a more muted, almost pastel green.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so that little detail could save you from bringing home the wrong plant.
That's such a good tip.
Yeah.
And it makes me think about how important it is to really observe plants,
Right.
to notice those subtle differences that can be so key.
Yeah, definitely.
Ang also talks about experimenting with different locations for his sedum, which got me thinking about microclimates in gardens.
Yeah.
How one corner can be sun-drenched and another shady and cool even within the same small space.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
And understanding those microclimates is crucial for successfully growing any plant,
right.
especially ones like sedum and portulaca. And remember, Ang mentioned that his portulaca struggled in his front yard because it wasn't getting enough sunlight.
Oh,
So anyone listening who's thinking of adding these plants to their garden needs to carefully consider those light conditions.
that makes sense.
Yeah. Where's the sunniest spot? Are there any areas that stay consistently moist or dry?
It's like being a detective figuring out the clues in your own garden.
Exactly.
Yeah, you need to find that perfect spot where these sun-loving plants can thrive.
Yeah.
And I bet there are even more nuances to consider.
Oh, there definitely are. We've only just scratched the surface.
Okay.
Ang's journey with Sedum is a great starting point, but there's a whole world of knowledge waiting to be unearthed.
And speaking of unearthing, Ang's blog posts have a lot more to unpack.
It does.
So in the next part of our deep dive, we'll explore his observations about sedum's resilience and adaptability.
Sounds good.
So welcome back.
Yeah.
We're digging deeper into Ang's gardening adventures
Right.
with sedum and Portulaca. And, I'm really curious about something that he mentioned.
Yeah, what's that?
The fact that he found his sedum among older stock at the nursery. That just stuck with me.
Yeah, I see why that's interesting.
Yeah. What do you make of that?
Well, to me, it hints at sedum's resilience. Its ability to handle a bit of neglect.
Okay.
It's not a prima donna plant that demands constant attention.
So it's a survivor.
Yeah, I'd say so.
That makes me think you'd be the perfect plant for, someone like me who travels a lot.
Right.
Maybe forgets to water as often as they should.
So, or for someone who's just starting out with the gardening,
Oh, yeah.
who's a little intimidated by high-maintenance plants.
Right, exactly.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Sedum can tolerate those less-than-ideal situations.
Perfect.
And that ties back to what we were discussing earlier about microclimates.
Yeah.
Even in a small garden, you're going to have areas that are drier, maybe a bit more exposed to the elements.
Oh.
Sedum's hardiness means it can probably handle those spots where a more delicate plant might struggle.
It's all about understanding a plant's personality, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Finding the right fit
Yeah,
for your garden and your lifestyle.
exactly.
I love how Ang isn't afraid to experiment, to just try things out and see what works.
Yeah, he's got that sense of discovery in
Yeah.
his approach to gardening.
Totally.
Yeah.
And he also emphasizes the importance of observation.
Oh, absolutely.
He noticed those subtle differences
Yeah.
between the Sedum and the Portulaca, which allowed him to correctly identify the plant.
Right.
That's something any gardener can benefit from,
Oh, for sure.
no matter their skill level.
Yeah. Taking the time to really look at your plants, observe their growth patterns, how they respond to the sun, the rain,
Right.
those details can tell you so much.
It's like learning a new language,
Yeah.
the language of plants.
It is.
The more you pay attention, the more fluent you become.
I like that.
So based on Ang's experiences and what we've talked about so far,
Yeah.
what's one key piece of advice that you would give to our listener who's, eager to try their hand at growing Sedum or Portulaca?
I would say don't be afraid to experiment, just like Ang.
Okay.
Try different locations, see what works best in your specific garden, and pay attention to those microclimates.
Yeah.
Where does the sun hit strongest? Are there areas that stay consistently moist?
Correct.
Once you've got a feel for your garden's unique environment, you can start matching plants to the spots where they'll truly thrive.
It's like a puzzle, finding the perfect pieces to fit together.
That's a good way to put it.
And speaking of pieces, there's one more aspect of Ang's blog post I want to unpack before we wrap things up.
Okay.
He talks about Sedum's ability to attract pollinators,
Right.
which we touched on briefly before,
We did.
but I think it deserves a deeper dive.
I agree. It's a really important point.
Okay.
It speaks to the broader ecological benefits of choosing certain plants for our gardens. Sedum, with its beautiful blooms and open structure, is a haven for bees, butterflies, and other beneficial insects.
Okay, so we've got these low-maintenance, visually appealing plants.
Right.
They can handle a bit of tough love.
Yeah,
And they're good for the environment.
that's right.
What's not to love?
Exactly. And that brings us to our final point.
Oh, yeah.
The sheer joy of discovering these hidden gems in the gardening world.
Stay with us as we explore that idea in the last part of our deep dive. All right, so welcome back to the final part
Okay.
of our deep dive into the world of Sedum and Portulaca.
Yeah.
We've talked about their looks, their hardiness, even their ability to handle a little bit of neglect.
Right.
But there's one more aspect I want to explore.
Okay.
This idea that these plants can be like hidden gems in the gardening world.
Oh, yeah, that's an interesting thought.
Yeah.
I mean, we often get caught up in the latest trends, the flashy new varieties.
Yeah.
But sometimes the most rewarding discoveries are the ones that have been there all along, just quietly waiting to be appreciated.
Like that feeling of stumbling upon a vintage treasure in a dusky antique shop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Ang's experience with Sedum seems to embody that perfectly.
Yeah, remember how he mentioned finding it
Yeah.
tucked away amongst the older stock at the nursery?
Oh, right.
And think about what that says about Sedum.
Yeah.
It's not a plant that demands constant attention or pampering,
Right. It can handle being overlooked for a while.
which is, frankly, a huge plus for many gardeners,
Yeah, myself included.
especially in today's busy world. Not everyone has the time or energy to devote to high-maintenance plants.
Right.
But that doesn't mean they have to sacrifice
Yeah.
beauty or ecological benefits in their gardens.
That's a good point.
Exactly. And that's what makes Sedum and Portulaca so appealing. They offer that low-maintenance beauty, that resilience.
Yeah.
And they're also incredible for attracting pollinators.
Oh, right. We talked about the importance of pollinators earlier.
Yeah.
It's worth emphasizing again.
Okay.
By planting Sedum and Portulaca, you're not only creating a beautiful space for yourself,
Yeah.
but also providing a valuable food source and habitat for bees, butterflies, and other beneficial insects.
It's a win-win.
It is.
And it goes back to that idea of discovering hidden gems. Sometimes the most valuable things aren't the ones that are shouting for attention,
Right.
but the ones that are quietly doing their thing, making the world a better place.
Beautifully put.
And that's what I hope our listeners take away from this deep dive.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to explore, to experiment, to look beyond the obvious.
Exactly.
There's a whole world of fascinating plants out there,
There is.
each with its own unique story to tell. So thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Sedum and Portulaca.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And happy gardening, everyone.
Happy gardening.